Millions of Americans live with disabilities, and many other Americans will become disabled at some point in their lives. But if a disability doesn't affect you, then why should you care? Natalie Guthrie sat with Needham resident Bruce Howell to speak with him about how taking the time out to understand others' disabilities can help fight false perceptions that hinder people living with them.
Imagine viewing the world like this. This is how Needham resident Bruce Howell sees the world every day. Howell is one of millions of Americans living with a disability. He was born with a genetic eye disease called retinitis pigmentosa, a diagnosis he received when he was 11 years old. He is now legally blind, meaning that there are a lot of things he can't do. But that doesn't stop him from teaching others about all of the things he still can do.
Retinitis pigmentosa, RP, typically ends up in what they call tunnel vision, where you lose a lot of your peripheral vision, which is the vision out to the sides and above and below you. I more accurately describe it as being like what it looks like if you open your eyes underwater. I see a wider area, but nothing is very clear.
On this day, Howell was visiting his daughter's class at Newman Elementary School, teaching her students about what it means to be blind and how he does everyday tasks.
People generally do not understand what legal blindness is. As I was explaining to the kids earlier, they think of a person's blind, they can't see anything. But many of us who are blind actually do have some vision. It's certainly nowhere near perfect or normal vision. So my big challenge, one of my biggest challenges, was how to learn to get around, to still to do things.
In an effort to change public perception, Howell frequently attends meetings for the Needham Commission on Disabilities, a group he says is helping to build awareness in Needham about disabilities of all kinds.
I think they have increased awareness, particularly among merchants, about access to stores, whether it be physical impediments or whether it be attitudinal issues. I think they've been great working with the town government officials too, to try to make town hall and other public buildings accessible, to make sure that the public works department and highway department understand issues about safe crossings at intersections, both with curb cuts and with audible bells at some of the traffic lights, things along that line.
Because Bruce has not always been legally blind, he contributes his adjustment to his new life, to his family members, as well as the Carroll Center for the Blind in Newton. However, it is a process he continues to get used to.
I have to continually evolve and adapt and learn to do things differently from how I maybe did them 5 years ago, because my vision has gotten worse. On the other hand, I think that I would prefer it this way if I had a choice, because at least I know what vision is. I know what colors are. People who have been blind since birth have no idea what colors are and things like that. I, at least in my memory, know what blue looks like, that it's the sky, that grass is green, and I can understand and conceptualize things better because I have been able to see them in the past.
And although you may not be personally affected by blindness or any disability for that matter, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, about 49.7 million Americans have a disability, which includes people of all ages, making it a concern for all.
The more that I can do for myself and not expect public assistance to help me do that, the better off we as a society are. And I think that's true of all disabilities. If we can learn to do things to the maximum of our abilities independently, then everybody benefits from that.
For the Needham Channel News, I'm Natalie Guthrie.